My name is Kyro. I'm a professional skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. And today, Carlos Lastra and I are going to teach you how to fall on a skateboard.
It's no fun to fall at all, but what we can do is take up some of the percentage of impact you take to make it safer.
Yeah, so in the last tutorial video that I did, I hope you guys have been really enjoying this. We've been getting one up every Tuesday, and I'm really excited for that because it's helping you guys. And I've been reading the comments, and a lot of people were asking to do this video, how to fall. Another question that was coming up is, what do you guys think about the protective equipment, helmets, knee pads, elbow pads, etc. So we'll throw that into this video as well. So Carlos, you had like a whole bunch of different, you even had names for these different falls.
Yeah.
So why don't you just go ahead and pick one of the falls. Look, falling is inevitable, guys. It's going to happen. Welcome to skateboarding. If you don't think you're ever going to fall on your skateboard, then you might be in the wrong sport. There are ways to build it up so you learn gradually, and that's going to decrease your chances of injury and hopefully make it so you don't fall and get injured. That puts you out of skateboarding. That is the worst. But just in your run-of-the-mill everyday learning how to skate, you're going to fall. So the point of this video is to give you some more knowledge so that when you do fall, you know better what to do so you don't get injured.
Exactly.
So why don't you start with the, what I think that you dubbed it the Ragdoll.
Ragdoll is probably my #1 fall. And that's basically when you just know you're gonna fall forward, you just let go. Don't tense up. If you tense up at all, you're gonna hit the ground and possibly snap a bone or two. So that's something you don't wanna do at all.
Snap a bone or two. Hey. Let's say, for example, you're going down the street, you do a kickflip, you land primo, and you know, I am now falling. You have to kind of think of this in advance.
Yeah, it takes a couple seconds because you're going to be flying towards the ground, so you have enough time to think about it. So my advice to you on that is just loosen up as much as possible, hit the ground, but use your arms too. Try to grab the ground to just push yourself away, because if you snap straight into the ground, that's where you really hurt yourself.
So explain the difference, because if you did take the full impact, like let's say you put your arm out to the ground and you were like, let me stop.
That's where the hardest part is. You have to take your hand, scoop to the side as much as you can, because your body's going to be whipped into the ground. So you have to do whatever you can to divert that impact. So you just grab the ground and push away. If you're going slow enough, just slide it out. If you're going really fast, that's where the other fall comes in.
Yeah.
And that's the parkour roll.
The parkour roll.
Take your arms, grab, get onto this shoulder and roll it out as best you can.
You don't try to stop your momentum because that's where you break bones, right?
Exactly.
That's the whole point of it.
Exactly.
Have you broken bones?
I have not, actually.
Never?
Never.
Wow.
Knock on wood.
That is like, that's incredible. After all of the things that he has done just in this warehouse alone. Okay, so you are the true, like, master at this.
I would like to think so. It's just, I got tired of falling so hard, so I started coming up with these methods to just, I mean, you're gonna hit the ground anyways, ease up all as much impact as possible.
Okay, so the Ragdoll, we got that one. So what's the next one? Parkour roll.
That's when you're skating something like big stair sets, or you're just going too fast and you don't have enough to grab it. So you have to just like touch your fingers on the ground, tuck your shoulder in, and just try to roll out the best you can.
Wow.
I mean, you watch the guys at parkour, when they jump off roofs, that's the first thing they do.
They'll
tuck in and then roll it out.
What would be the point of rolling it out?
Just so you won't have to hit your head. You just tuck in, protect your head. Your shoulder's gonna probably take the most impact. Curl yourself into a fetal position, and that way you'll barely hit your hip, you'll barely hit your shoulder, your head's protected, your back's protected, everything's good to go.
There you go. Next time you jump down a 20 stair, crawl up into the field position and roll it out. What's #3?
#3 would be the penguin slide. A lot of these falls, you're gonna have to start them off with your arms, okay? So just know that when you're going down, loosen up, and you're gonna use your arms to sweep away from the actual impact. So the penguin slide is when you're falling forward and you can't turn around, you don't have enough time, so you just grab the ground, sweep back, and then just go onto your chest and just slide it out. Mario was the best example of that. He slid a good 15 feet.
Is there any like rhyme or reason to why the penguin slide?
I mean, you don't want to splat your whole front down, okay? You want to try to hit your stomach area.
So it would be kind of the difference between like this
yes,
and
exactly.
this.
So if you grab it just right, yeah, you'll slide on your ab area. Yeah, dude, that's just how it is. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So, sorry if it looks silly, but that's the proper way to do it.
Have you ever hit your nuts on a rail?
You know what? That's
sack.
one thing I've never done. I hit the side of my leg and fell on my face, and that was a freak accident though.
Yeah.
I had no control over that.
This is getting into like the worst type of falls video that we've ever had. I'll tell mine at the end. So
Yes.
what's #4?
#4 is just the butt slide. That's
The
when you're
butt
that's when you're
slide.
doing 360 tricks and you lose control and you're falling backwards. So
Yeah, I think that's my fall of choice.
all you do is, like I said, use your hand first, but you're gonna push forward and just slide on your backside.
Yeah.
That way Like you never want to hit too hard because if you hit that ground first, you're gonna hit your tailbone, and that is like the Death Star shot of skating.
You want to slide. Any slide is going to take that momentum away because you think like the ground is there, right? If you go straight into it, that's the worst. If you're going with it, it's going to be much more gradual.
There's not really much more to it than that. I mean,
you just kind of push and slide off.
I always use a slide or a roll to get out of it. I mean, granted, I've taken a lot of slams in my whole 19 years of skating. So these, I hope they help you guys on not hitting the ground is so hard. I'm not saying you're not going to fall, but just be more graceful about how you approach the fall.
Right, and I think the more you know about it, the less scared you should be, and I think that is the actual question that most of you guys are trying to get over. You're like, I want to learn this trick, but it's so scary, and I don't want to try it. I have to get over that fear. So just know what to do when you fall to have the best chance of getting out of that.
Get experienced on falling just as much as you are landing tricks.
Right.
And if you could do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be on the safer side of skateboarding.
So what's the next one? Number 5, we just discovered it right now.
Yes.
The knee slide. If you go up on the transition and you have knee pads on, just kick your board out and bail and slide down on your knees. You're totally safe. It's like a slip and slide of knee ability. I think the biggest thing that can go wrong in any of these is sticking out a limb and trying to just fully stop yourself.
Yeah, stiffening up is the worst thing you could do. My recommendation for falling on that is just loosen up. It's going to happen. Just brace for impact. That's the best way I can describe it.
Right, so as you're going down again, you don't want to go, get rigid and try and stop yourself from doing it. It's best to just roll it out. Okay, so I noticed that you are not wearing a helmet.
I tend to not like it, me personally, just because of the weight of it. I'm so used to skating with no weight on me at all. So I grew up in that life of skating, so I never got used to wearing pads at all. So.
And if you're starting out skateboarding, by all means, use the protective gear and use the gear that is going to make you safest. Knee pads, elbow pads, wrist pads. Because I think a lot of kids will have this consideration about it, that wearing the helmet is going to make them look like not cool.
Honestly,
what do you want to tell them about that?
If you're not that coordinated, I suggest you wear pads to be as safe as possible up until you get used to it and feel comfortable on your skateboard. Obviously, it's better to be safe than sorry on skateboarding in general. So wear pads if you feel like you're a beginner, but once you get experience at it and you want to loosen up, take them all off and just enjoy the freedom of skateboarding.
I don't have any idea. If I see somebody do a rad trick and he's wearing a helmet, I don't go well, it was cool, but that helmet he had on, it's skating is skating, and anyone should skate, and it doesn't matter if you want to wear a helmet with a purple mohawk on top that you got at Walmart. Just skate and have fun. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It matters that you guys are actually skating. Anything that's going to help you to skate and progress is cool. So you do that. And knee pads are very helpful. Talking about sliding out.
Especially if you're gonna learn how to skate vert or anything transition, it's better to just slide out on your knees, because the falls that I was telling you earlier, they don't really work that well for air tricks, Right. You need to slide out on your knees for that. So I recommend knee pads for any kind of transition skating.
Well, I hope that answers all of your guys' questions. Just to give a little recap, don't stiffen up. You want to make your body as loose as possible. Don't stick out an arm. That's going to cause you more injury than good. Most of these falls, I see these crazy falls sometimes. A lot of them that I see on the social media platforms are people that are like, I'm a brand new skater and I'm going to drop in on this 6-foot ramp. And you're just like, no, go to the 2-foot ramp. Learn to push. It's about learning on the gradient. And if you do that, you're going to be fine. That's where I think people get into this idea that skateboarding is the most dangerous thing ever. It's actually statistically not. You're more likely to get injured playing high school football than you are skateboarding. So it's not this terrible thing that everybody thinks it is, but it is helpful to know how to fall. And I hope that this advice in this video really helped you guys.
I really hope that too. And like I said, don't be afraid if you have to wear pads to be on the safer side, okay? Nobody's gonna judge you. You're just being very smart about it.
Who cares? Just keep going. Just keep skating. There you go. All right, guys, so I promised you my worst fall story. So I don't know if it's the worst fall, but it's the worst injury, I guess I should.
I would call that the worst.
Yeah.
I've had some bad falls that I've walked away from, so I think your worst fall could be the worst time you ever got hurt.
Yeah, I was skating with Andy Schrock, and we were skating this manual pad. Imagine that. And I did 300 tricks, and then I was doing literally a tray flip off the curb just, you know, I just landed a manual trick and I was just doing a little tray off the curb. My front foot lands on the nose and my ankle bends over. My foot, I broke it here, this bone, because my ankle like sprained so bad that the tendon pulled, and because the tendon is connected to this bone here, it broke that bone. And then the side here, because this side pulled so hard, fired off this to try and correct itself, and then it broke the bone on this side. So I broke the bones on both sides of my foot, and had to wear one of those really sweet boots around for a while. And yeah, it's always really scary. Every time I fall, I think like, that's it, I'll never skate again. And then a couple months later, I'm like right back to doing the same tricks that I was doing before I fell. Don't let the fear of falling stop you, but just know that it's a part of skateboarding, and the more you know about it, the easier it is to not really injure yourself. And if you do get injured, you know, keep your head up and eat healthy, be healthy, make sure you follow the advice of a doctor, etc. I mean, between the two of us, we probably have like 40 plus years of skateboard.
Yeah, definitely over 50,000 hours of skateboarding.
Yeah, we've been through a lot, and I hope that that can help you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave us in the comments below. Like I said at the beginning of this video, we read your comments, and that's where we got the idea to make this video. So we want to know what you guys need the most help with. What do you feel like is holding you back in your skating? What do you feel like is keeping you from attaining the next level in your skating? We're here to help you figure that out so you can take it and progress and push skateboarding all over the world, which is the whole purpose of Braille. So thank you for being a part of that journey, and we could not do this without your guys' views and your subscriptions, your likes and your comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, click that like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you in the next one.